Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ho Tanta Passione. Good day, Melbourne. I still need to improve my Australian accent, and I hope I'm going to get better, by the end of these 2 weeks and this first Grand Slam of 2021. Finally, I can't believe that it just started. It was fantastic to see even half capacity of the spectators on Rod Laver Arena. And today I'm going to basically comment with a special guest, Maggie. Unfortunately, her camera doesn't work. The technology was not in our favor today, but she's going to be loud and clear. She's going to comment with me about the results of this day one at the Australian Open. So first of all, welcome, Maggie.
Hi, Ale. Ciao.
And first question, of course, do you like tennis, Maggie?
I love tennis. I really, really love it.
It's great. For a second, I thought you were going to say no.
No.
And what's your favorite Grand Slam?
I have to say, I think my favorite slam is Wimbledon. I love watching them play on grass. I think it's unique. I have been to Wimbledon. I loved the atmosphere. So yeah, I'd have to say Wimbledon.
Okay, I see. And just before we wait that eventually people will join in the chat, what's your favorite tennis player for men, for the present and the past, and the same for women?
Oh, that's a tricky one. I do love Roger Federer. I think he's an amazing player. He's just got everything. He's the complete package. It's always amazing to watch him play. He's like a ballerina. He's like watching a dancer. And in the past, I really enjoyed watching Andre Agassi. I just thought the way that he used to play, especially when he beat people like Ivan Isavic in that amazing final at Wimbledon. I really loved watching him play, and Andy Roddick was a great player as well. The power that he had was unbelievable.
Okay, fantastic. And what about women?
Women, so I'm really enjoying watching Naomi Osaka at the moment. She is young, isn't she? I think she's only 20, 21, something like that.
I think a little bit, probably 22, 23, but okay. Yeah, definitely she's very, very young. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like an old head on young shoulders. She seems to be gaining in experience all the time. It's great to see her winning slams. I do enjoy watching Serena as well. I mean, she's undoubtedly one of the best at the moment on the women's tour, and still at 39 she still has the power, which is incredible to see. And when I was in the past, when I was a bit younger, I loved watching Steffi Graf. I think she was probably my favorite player, especially during Wimbledon.
Okay, I understand. And with regards to the men, because unfortunately, as you know, Roger couldn't come to Australia. Who are you supporting? For who are you rooting?
Yeah, really sad that Roger isn't in Australia. I really hope that he does have another chance to play in a slam. I hope that even has another chance to play maybe at Wimbledon, maybe even win it. I don't know. As regards to the Australian Open, well, I think Djokovic maybe is one of the favourites. I really enjoy watching Nadal as well. I hope that he has a good chance of winning. You've got Dimitrov, you've got Tim coming up. I think it's a fairly open draw this year, to be honest with you.
Okay, I see. So now just we're gonna start looking at the results of women's first round results. In particular, the bottom half, because these were the matches that were played today. So just looking at who played today, Serena Williams won her match number 100 at the Australian Open. I believe she won 7 titles here in Melbourne, and her last one was in 2017, just 4 years ago. It was incredible to discover after that match that she was already pregnant. So again, Maggie, you mentioned the great respect that you have with regards to Serena. Do you think does Serena have chances to win again and to finally match up, the 24 Grand Slam that is the record held by Margaret Court?
I think when Serena plays in a Grand Slam, there's always a chance that she's going to go straight to the final and even win it. I don't think you can ever discount her or write her off.
Okay, I see. Today she won easily. I think was probably a 6-1, 6-2, something like that. So she was very, very powerful. She proved once again the great champion that she is. As well, Venus Williams won. So it's incredible to just believe that they've been on tour for so long. After another player that I particularly like is Iga Swiatek. She won easily in 2 sets, the Roland Garros 2020 champion. As well, Simona Halep won, and Osaka too. So all of these 4 players, they proved once again they gave a big message, I think, in terms of confidence and chances for winning the title. Probably it's quite a shame, to see all of these talented one on the same side of the draw. What do you think, Maggie? Do you agree with me with regards to that?
Well, yes. I mean, it would be nice to see some of them matched up in the final, but I think going through, I think there'll be some really interesting matches. Hopefully some three sets, and hopefully lots of good competition.
Okay. Also today, Petra Kvitova played and she won. It's a player. She's a player that I particularly like. She was a 4-1 down in the second set. But after she managed to win 5 games in a row, it was great to see her so smiley at the end during basically the on-court interview. I think she was a little bit struggling with her first serve, only 55% in. And also Bianca Andreescu, the US Open champion, I believe, of a couple of years ago, won her first match after 15 months since October 2019. She had to work very hard. She managed to win, in 3 sets, but I'm very pleased. I'm very glad to see Bianca as well back on tour. So I don't know if you know Bianca, or do you have great expectations, Maggie, regarding this player?
To be honest, I don't know much about her. If she's won the US Open, then she's obviously getting experience behind her, and she's always a threat.
Okay, I see. Yeah, definitely. Also for Italy, my country, Camilla Giorgi won in 2 sets, and now the second round she will play against Iga Swiatek. So for sure, it's going to be a very interesting matchup. As well, Simona Halep, as I mentioned earlier, she won, and she will play against the home player Tomljanovic. the Aussie player. So again, I think it's going to be an interesting one. Instead, Serena Williams we play against Stojanovic in the second round. To be honest, I don't particularly know very well this player. And Naomi Osaka against Caroline Garcia in the second round. It might be quite interesting. Sometimes, the French player can manage to find, a particular positive day. And also, I think Sara Errani, I've even made a mistake with her first name. I was very pleased to see Sara fighting one set down, managing, to win the second and the third with the same score of 6-4. And now she has a quite challenging match against Venus Williams for the second round. Tomorrow, instead, we are going basically to see the first round matches for the women. Coco Gauff, the American teenager, will play. Svitolina as well. She will be her match will be the second one on the Rod Laver Arena, and as well the defending champion Sofia Kenin, who won last year against Muguruza, will open the day on the Rod Laver Arena. And of course, we're going to have the home player. There is a lot of there are a lot of expectations on her, Barty. But as I mentioned earlier, I think the bottom half of the draw is definitely much more challenging. Probably there are more stronger players that I think probably it's a shame to see all of them on the same side of the draw. I don't know if you want to add anything else with regards to the women. Otherwise, Maggie, we can switch to the men's results.
No, the only thing I was thinking about is Coco Gauff. She made such an impression last year, and she's only 15, 16. She did so well, and she's actually such an up-and-coming player, and she's another one that I really, really enjoy watching.
Sure, I think probably Maggie, she's slightly older.
Okay.
No, she's 16. She will turn in March 17. But definitely, I totally agree with you. She's an amazing player with a fantastic personality. So again, I think regarding the women's and the athletes that we have, Osaka, Bianca Andreescu, Iga Swiatek, Coco Gauff, we have very, very bright years of tennis in front of us, and probably a lot of great matches. So now just switching to the men's first round results, top half. Today started this campaign here in Melbourne. The defending champion Novak Djokovic, the Serbian player who won already 8 titles here in Australia. Was funny, to see the pre-match win predictor that he was giving, a 92% chance to Djokovic to win. To be honest, after that, I saw Nole getting an early break against the French player Chardy. I switched channel. I already predicted what was going to happen. And in fact, in just probably 95 minutes, he won with a score of 6-3, 6-1, 6-2. Probably the match was not so entertaining, was a little bit more I don't want to say entertaining, but full of pathos. His interview on court at the end of the match, because first of all he was very happy and he said, "I'm so glad to see spectators here at the Rod Laver Arena on a court that has been so successful to me." But after, he got a little bit irritated when basically the interviewer mentioned, he said, "Oh, like you said that you felt frustrated during the quarantine," and you can see that the number one in the world immediately stopped the interviewer and change a subject, saying just, "I'm glad to be back in Australia. It's the happy slam, the happy place." And after, he had kind of a funny smile on his face. I don't know if, Maggie, you saw this interview, or eventually what do you think about these kind of comments made by the number one in the world?
I didn't see the interview, no, but I'm aware of the comments that he made a couple of weeks ago, which I think a lot of people are. Well, what can I say? He made the comments, and if he was asked about them, maybe he should have given a proper answer. But I guess now they're all out of quarantine, they're all on the court, so they should let their tennis do the talking for them, really.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with regards to Novak's chances to basically reach his ninth final here in Australia, let's remind, to whoever is watching us from home or is going to watch this video, that basically Novak never lost a final on that court, a little bit like Rafa at Roland Garros. So what do you think? Is definitely the favorite number one again this year?
Yes, I think so. I mean, he's got such a good record at the Australian Open, and I think he's the one to beat, really. It would be really good to see a Nole Rafa final.
Okay, so you're quite nostalgic. You like basically this Fedal, or I don't know how to call basically the Nadal Djokovic, but for sure, yeah, it's the rivalry, probably the majority number of matches that they played against each other. Again, as I mentioned in my video the other day during the draw, Djokovic doesn't have a very easy path to the final, but again, considering that this is his favorite court, his favorite surface, now in second round he will play against the American Tiafoe. And eventually another American can be in the third round, either Opelka or Fritz, and after, but probably, we're moving too far away. Wawrinka, who won today in 3 sets, but again, Stan the man, even if he won quite easily today, he said that he doesn't feel his top level. Probably the fact after he got positive to COVID, he thinks that he hasn't fully recovered. Now let's see, because in the second round he's going to have like a quite challenging match against Fucsoxix, who, by the way, today won in 5 sets. But for sure that is going to be an interesting one. And also today, with some problems, Alexander Zverev managed to win in 4 sets. He lost the first 7-6 on the tiebreak, and after he was improving his level. Let's not forget that as well, Alexander Zverev is facing some issue with his back, his abdominals. So I don't know, the rest of the tournament, if he's going to manage, to fully recover, because potentially we might have like a potential last 16 Novak versus Alexander Zverev. As well, Dominic Thiem won in 3 sets. It took 2 hours and 40 minutes to beat Kukushkin with the score of 7-6, 6-2, 6-3. So again, what do you think, considering that these are the opponents on Nole's top half of the draw? Do you think can be like a threat for Nole, or who do you consider can be the most dangerous?
For sure, I think they're both a threat. I think maybe Zverev, if he's got some physical problems, I don't know, but definitely they can both be a threat. Tim, I think, is always a threat. He can be a little bit up and down, but I think if he shows up and plays his game, then definitely a threat to Nole.
For sure. And also, let's not forget the last year final was Nole versus Dominic Thiem. He finished in 5 sets. It was an incredible final. But I believe, even Dominic Thiem, after winning his first Grand Slam US Open and all the experience that he got after that final, also he managed to beat Djokovic in that incredible semi-final at the ATP finals last November. So I think he's getting more confident. The only problem I'm curious to see about his fitness because I know that Thiem is a very physical player. He needs to be 100% like Rafa. So I have to say that so far probably is a little bit behind his best form. Also, Maggie, I don't know if you watch the press conference. I think it was quite touchy of Gaël Monfils, who unfortunately today lost in 5 sets. He burned into tears during the press conference. He was saying, I know it's tough. I need to find a way to come out, from this situation. I'm not feeling confident with my game. I need to, another win. I don't know if you saw the interview and what you think. And I believe personally, I love Gaël Monfils. He's a very genuine guy, in particular on tour.
Yeah, I did see a little bit of the press conference, and my heart just went out to him. I really like him as well. He's such an entertaining player, and he just looked completely lost and as if he had no confidence. And I guess he's just going to have to go away and think about how he can regain that confidence, make himself feel better. And I really hope he does, because it's always entertaining to watch him as well. So
definitely. And also, fun enough, I know that he was a little bit this year very strange in terms of organization. The fact that one person was found positive in one of the main hotels holding the players, but fun enough, Travaglia and Yannick Sinner played yesterday a final. Yannick won his second ATP title so far after Sofia last year. But unfortunately, they had less than 24 hours to recover. So Travaglia lost in 3 sets against Tiafoe. And I think, with no doubt, today the most interesting and the most entertaining match was the one that saw the Italian, just 19 years old, against the Canadian Denis Shapovalov. Shapovalov, who after 3 hours and 55 minutes won in 5 sets. He was 1 set behind. He lost the first with a score of 6-3. But after he managed to recover the second, he won 6-3, and as well the third. At that point, I think Sinner went one break down. He seemed, very tired, but he showed a lot of strength, temperament, and he managed, to break back and to secure the 4th set with a score of 6-4. At that point, he went first to serve in the decider, but a little bit of a lack of experience, lack of in terms of hours of resting. And I think it was very, very incredible to hear him during the press conference saying, I'm not looking for excuses. If I lost today, it's not because I was tired. So this is already showing a great mentality and a great attitude. I don't know if you, Maggie, had any opportunity to see some matches of Sinner, or if you watch a little bit of this, for sure, most interesting match of this day one at the Australian Open.
I did see some of the match from this first round, and it's really bad luck that Sinner lost, and I feel for him, because he played less than 24 hours before this match, and good on him for saying that he wasn't looking for that as an excuse. It is tough, and especially having to play a 5-setter like that, he must be exhausted.
I know, yeah, also 4 hours, with those weather conditions. In fact, they even asked Shapovalov at the end, on the on-court interview. He's going to play, I think, against the Australian player Tomic in the second round, who Tomic managed to go through because his opponent pulled out, I think, in the third set. Of course, Shapovalov said... you always prefer in the first rounds probably to have an easier match, but he said, first of all, I played today against a great opponent, so he said total respect to Yannick Sinner, is so talented. I think we're going to play much more matches in the future. And he said personally he will remember this match for the rest of his career. Probably because I think he meant a lot to play in front of at least half crowd, and also against Yannick. And I think it was very sweet when they asked him, so we saw your mom to be there to try to cheer you up in your corner. And he said, it's great to have my mom here with me. She's so patient, sometimes I'm screaming at her during the matches when, I'm losing my temper. But he said, if I am a tennis player, it's definitely because of her. She was the one who put the racket in my hand. So I definitely think it was a great situation, to witness. It seemed to me, again, a very genuine comment. And I always like, lefty players. So who knows? I really wish at this point Shapovalov to have a very long and successful Australian Open, and as well successful career. I don't know, Maggie, what do you think about Shapovalov? Do you like his style, his tennis?
I do like his style, and being a lefty myself, it's nice to watch another lefty. And I think with regards to his mum being in the crowd, I think probably it's worse for a mum to have to watch than to actually be playing on the court, because I guess you just want them to do the best they can. But yeah, he's a great player, and I'm sure he'll have many more great matches to come.
I see. And just going from one lefty to another, probably in recent years, the most famous lefty player. Tomorrow, Rafael Nadal will start his campaign in this Australian Open 2021. He's going to is supposed to play, the third match scheduled on the Rod Laver Arena after, Sofia Kenin's match and Svitolina's match. So hopefully he should be playing basically in around 3 a.m. UK time. I'm asking you, Maggie, you know me very well. Do you think I'm going to set my alarm clock at 3 a.m. for, watching a Rafa live or not?
Well, I think you'll set your alarm before 3 a.m. just so you're up in time and ready and fresh for him, because I know that you won't want to miss a single stroke of his match.
You know me, Maggie, very, very well. There was a comment, coming from the people in the chat. I think it was regarding Shapovalov's mom from Fabrizio. He say hi. He said, his mom seems to be very tough on him, being his coach as well. Well, if these are the results, probably Fabrizio is good for Denis Shapovalov, but I think... as they usually say, behind a great man, there is always a great woman. So in this case, behind a great tennis player, there is always an incredible mom. With regards to Raf, of course, we are all concerned about his fitness. He didn't play any match at the ATP Cup. We all know, like Rafa said yesterday during the press conference, that he's not his 100%. He's still... feels a little bit stiff in his back when he's serving. Probably is a problem that he's carrying on since his training period in Adelaide, but he said, I'm not thinking at all about pulling out from this tournament. I'm here and I'm going to give my best. So he's going to make his debut in this Australian Open 2021, or actually he's going to play, his first match of this 2021 tomorrow against the Serbian player. I think his name is Jere. I hope I pronounce correctly. If there are any Serbian people watching this live, I do apologize if my pronunciation was not perfect. And also, so do you think, of course, Maggie, you hope that Rafa will manage at least to complete his match? Do you have like a positive vibes, or are you confident about him at least trying to proceed this campaign, the Australian Open?
Yeah, I love watching Rafa play. He's such a fighter. He never gives up. He seems to just power through with all the various injury problems that he's had in the past. Like I said, it would really surprise me if he pulls out, because he just seems to keep going. He seems to get that extra energy, that extra will to just win the match, to get on to the next round. And I really hope he does the same thing tomorrow.
For sure. Also, De Minaur, the other Australian player, will start. We play tomorrow against the American Sandgren, that I believe he was the player who was found positive just, on the way from the US to Australia. As well, Fabio Fognini, who just played the other day the ATP Cup final. We play against the French Herbert. Matteo Berrettini against Kevin Anderson. I think this will be definitely an interesting match, a tough one for first round. And also the player Tsitsipas against Simon is going to be another interesting one. Simon is always a tough one, someone who makes you run a lot, in particular at the beginning. And also Daniil Medvedev. We play against the Canadian Pospisil. Daniil, who, according to the bookmakers and as well according to me, is probably the second favorite in this tournament. He hasn't lost a match since last year. He won the Master 1000 in Bercy. He won the finals, winning all the 5 matches, and as well he won all the matches that he played at the ATP Cup. The other day he won with Russia that tournament, beating Italy in the final. So Maggie, I don't know, what do you think about Daniil? Do you think we might have a massive surprise in this Happy Slam down under? Do you think can he manage to win this tournament?
Well, you never know. He's done so well. At the end of last year, he did well. He's up and coming. He's just getting better and better. So there might well be a surprise.
I see. Okay. Well, having said that, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Good Day Melbourne. I wish right now I was in Melbourne, where I think today was probably 25 degrees, and in the coming days is going to go up 30. Unfortunately, I'm in the UK. Today we had 0 degrees and some snow. But for sure, I'm going to be connected. I'm going to try to watch, some matches for sure. Rafa at 3 a.m. in the morning, and probably, highlights of the others. So stay tuned. Leave your comments. Thank you so much, Maggie, for joining these first episodes. You are more than welcome to join, in the coming days. So if you want, other times, I really appreciated your knowledge about the tennis and your comments. I don't know if you want to say something before ending this episode.
Well, no, thank you for having me. It's been fun, and who knows, we might talk again.
That's fantastic. So as you can see, hopefully I'm trying, to invite more people, and for sure, all of those who are in love with this incredible sport, tennis. So it's very important. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video with whoever is in love with tennis and he wants, to look at the results with a little bit of a sense of humor, with my funny Italian accent. I'm gonna try to learn a little bit the Australian accent and to improve with my Australian slang. For sure, it's going to be a challenge that I'm taking from my side. That's all for today, for tonight. Wherever you are, keep enjoying tennis. Stay tuned on 80 Passione, and that's all. Ciao!